What's up, family? We have some new information regarding multiple states are going to be receiving some child tax credits sometime this year. Take a look at this particular article right here where we just found out that 16 states are sending out child tax credits in 2024. But the biggest question is your state on the list? Well, we're going to go all over them right now, so make sure you stay tuned. But anyways, it says that you could be getting an additional child tax credit payment on top of the federal amount that they are trying to pass right now. Yes, we have multiple states right here in which I want to go ahead and start off with telling you that the first state on the list is Arizona, and they are saying that families can receive a non-refundable $100 credit for dependents under the age of 17 years old. Taxpayers in Arizona can also receive an additional $25 per dependent if they are above 17 years old. And then we have families who earn less than $25,000 in California could be eligible to receive $1,000. Those earning between $25,000 and $30,000 would receive a reduced credit amount. Also, they're saying that a credit is only available for children under the age of 6 years old, and the family must qualify for the California Earned Income Tax Credit, or better known as the EITC. And then we also have Colorado, where they're saying that families with incomes of $75,000 or less could get up to $1,200 for each qualifying child. Then for Idaho, they're saying that according to Idaho's non-refundable child tax credit, families can get around $205 for each qualifying child under the age of 16 years old. Then for the state of Maine, resident taxpayers are eligible to claim $300 for each qualifying child and dependent under the dependent exemption tax credit. Qualifying children and dependents are the same as those who were claimed under the federal child tax credit. And then we have Maryland. Those who make $6,000 or less could get around $500 refundable tax credit for each child under the age of 17 years old. And then we also have Massachusetts, where families are eligible to receive $180 for one dependent or $360 for two dependents or multiple dependents. To qualify, dependents must be under the age of 12 years old. For Minnesota, families can receive $1,750 per qualifying child. The credit phases out for single filers with incomes above $29,500 and $35,000 for taxpayers filing jointly. For New Jersey, they have what's called the New Jersey Child Tax Credit Program, which gives families with an income of $30,000 or less a refundable $500 tax credit for each child under the age of 6 years old. Households earning up to $80,000 could qualify for up to $300. New Mexico, families could be eligible for $25 to $600 per qualifying child, depending on their income through the 2031 tax year. So yes, that is going to go through the next, 7 years or so. That is a little bit weird in comparison to the other states. But anyway, that is for New Mexico. And then we also have New York, where eligible families can either claim 33% of the federal child tax credit and the federal additional child tax credit for qualifying children, or $100 for each qualifying child. The state has expanded its credit to include children under the age of 4 years old. Previously, it was kids of the age of 4 and up. So anyways, that is for New York. And then we also have Oklahoma, where households with an income less than $100,000 are eligible to get 5% of the federal child tax credit back to them. And then for Oregon, families with an income less than $30,000 are eligible to get $1,000 for each child under the age of 5 years old. For Utah, eligible households can receive $1,000 per child between the ages of 1 and 4 years old, and the amount decreases by $10 for every $1 in income that exceeds above the certain income threshold. And then for Vermont, households with an income less than $125,000 are eligible for a $1,000 per child under the age of 5 years old. And then lastly, Wisconsin, under this new bill that was just signed, families can now get between $2,000 and $3,500 for one qualifying qualifying dependent and between $4,000 and $7,000 for 2 or more qualifying dependents. So that is probably the largest child tax credit that we have seen out of all of these 16 states that I just read to you. So the biggest question is, do you live in Wisconsin? Hopefully you do, and hopefully you have children, because that is a large amount of money, up to $7,000 for the amount of children or dependents that you are raising. We need that in this world. Wouldn't you guys agree? If so, take an opportunity to hit the like button down below and comment to let me know what you think about these child tax credits for the 16 states. But in addition to that, the Senate is still waiting to vote on passing the child tax credit. We are getting told that the Senate has a large backlog in which they are having a little bit of trouble getting things to a vote and passing in the Senate. Me personally, I don't believe them, but that is the story on the street. So that is exactly why we still don't have any direction in regards to the child tax credit on a federal level. But so far, the House has already passed it, still waiting on the Senate to make that happen. But hopefully it will actually happen sometime this year. And if it does happen, we just received word directly from the IRS, the commissioner. They have stated that whenever the child tax credit does finally pass in the Senate and get signed into law by President Biden, they are ready. They are ready to make those changes very quickly so that they can provide those child tax credits to the taxpayers who deserve them. So that is also some good news. But anyways, moving on in regards to something that the Senate is also on backlog in regards to passing. Last week, we talked about the House just passed a bill to ban TikTok, which they ended up passing it with no issues whatsoever. Well, now that particular TikTok ban bill is sitting at the Senate's floor. They are still waiting to bring it to a vote for whether or not they are going to pass it in the Senate as well. But like I just told you, apparently they are having a little bit of a backlog, and so we don't necessarily know how long it is going to take for the Senate to make a decision on this TikTok ban. But President Biden said that he is waiting for it to hit his desk for him to sign it into law. But in addition to that, we also heard from the running person for the president, which is Donald Trump, in which he just recently came out and stated that he said that he believes that Facebook is actually worse than TikTok, as the Senate continues to weigh on the particular bill, whether or not they could ban this app sometime this year or sometime within the next 30 days or so. Yes, Trump says that we should be more focused on Facebook rather than TikTok. Now, I will just go ahead and throw a little bit of a caveat to that, because prior to President Biden talking about banning TikTok, Donald Trump was also talking about banning TikTok as well, which he has pretty much talked about this for about a year or so. But now it looks like he is trying to throw a little bit of salt in the water, saying that we need to be focused on Facebook more than TikTok. But anyways, that is the latest information right now. And we all know that TikTok is the main culprit right now that is sitting with Congress trying to figure out whether or not they are going to pass the ban in the United States. Do you believe that that will actually happen? It looks like it is very promising, because we are getting information that on both sides of the aisle, in a bipartisan way, that both individuals, the House and the Senate, agree that the United States needs to either, one, ban the TikTok app altogether in the United States, or give an opportunity for them to sell or divest the company so that it is not under the Communist Party of China. So either way, I believe that some individuals, lawmakers, are working on gathering individuals to purchase TikTok to make it a U.S. company. But so far, nothing has actually happened. And again, we are still waiting on the Senate to give us some direction on exactly what to do. So anyways, as we continue to find more developments on this, I will keep you guys posted. But again, this particular TikTok bill is, they're saying that it is a uphill climb in regards to the Senate. Apparently, some individuals are still fighting, saying that this is not a security threat to the United States. But again, on the flip side, they're saying that majority of people in the Senate, they believe that TikTok needs to be banned 100%. So again, I believe that we will see this bill pass very, very soon, within the next 30 to 60 days or so. And of course, once that actually happens, it will get sent to President Biden for his signature. And I believe that if it is banned altogether, I believe that they have like 180 days, which is a very long time, but somewhere around there, 180 days to either sell the company of TikTok or divest it or remove it from being under the leadership of the Communist Party in China. So again, I will keep you guys posted as usual. So go ahead and watch as many TikTok videos as you wish, because it could come to an end very, very soon. I'll keep you guys posted. But if you haven't already, guys, go ahead and hit the like button for me on this video. I would really appreciate it. And then also, if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out a lot. Outside of all that, I will see you guys on the next video.